Hello everybody, here a new video again from Rene from Spain, and in this video I would like to show 10 or 11, I think I got 11 debut albums that I love and that I own on tape format. These are some of my favorite debut albums ever released. Heavy metal, hard rock, some thrash metal too. And I'm going to start with a thrash metal debut that is one of my favorite thrash metal albums ever released. And I'm talking about the Canadian band Sacrifice and the Torment in Fire tape. This is a great album. This is a High Roller Records re-release on tape. It comes on a white tape. Comes a little bit with a couple of few photos, no liner notes or no lyrics, but that's the case a lot of times on tapes. Great debut album. Now we go to the UK and we go to the early 80s. New wave of British heavy metal legends, Raven with their debut album. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this album. One of my favorite new wave of British heavy metal albums ever. And here's the cage. The tape. This is a Spanish edition actually. This is a 1986 edition. It was a re-release because the album is from 1981. Rock Until You Drop. Just comes like this. Okay, the next one I will show is again one of my favorite albums ever. Great debut album by Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. I mean, amazing. I mean, this album is really amazing. I'm not going to talk about the albums because I think you guys know all these records. If you're a fan, of course, of Poison, you know this album. If you're a fan of Raven, you know the album too. And this came out under the label Enigma Records and DROSL. You know, they were the ones releasing this in Spain. This is a Spanish edition. The same label also had Striper back in the day. Another great debut is this one by Britney Fox. A lot of great songs on here. 1988. Again, a Spanish edition. See, there's not much to show here. See, there's not much to show because it doesn't have the lyrics. But this is, again, of course, a great album. Really, if you like Cinderella, for sure you like Britney Fox too. If you don't know them. But they were quite a big band, you know, back in 88, 89. They even released a cool VHS called The Year of the Fox. That came out in 89. Because they opened for Poison back on, I think it's the second album, you know, of Poison tour. I think they opened for that tour. Open Up and Say Ah, you know, that album. Here we have a Spanish classic from 1984, Ángeles del Infierno, Pacto con el Diablo. It's just an amazing album. Here we have the tape. So many great songs on this album. They call them the Spanish Judas Priest. Sounds really good. So many great songs. Maldito sea tu nombre is the first song. It's just amazing. Okay, another classic one, and one that sold millions and millions and millions. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Again, you can see the tape. This has a little bit, you can fold it out a little bit more. The thank list is here. No lyrics either. After an EP, he released his first full-length album. I'm talking about David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile. I always liked this artwork, really cool. Here we have the tape, again a Spanish edition from 1986, if I'm not mistaken. I think the EP came out in 85, this came out in 86. Here we have no inlay, only what you see here. Yankee Rose is probably my favorite song on here. But anyway, it's not about that. I just want to show off my tapes. The debut album by Wasp, and my favorite album by Wasp, 1984 again. This is again a Spanish edition on Amy Records. A lot of my tapes are, of course, because I'm living in Spain, they are Spanish editions. This was a little damaged. Of course, I bought this one second hand. In 84, I was still playing with my Playmobil, I guess, or all the toys or whatever. In 84, I was 9 years old, but I discovered this band maybe a couple years later. Great album, my favorite album by Wasp, like I said. After an EP, they released their first full-length album, Red, with Round and Round. No, sorry, this is a song. Out of the Cellar. Tape. Again, a Spanish edition. Most of these albums of by Red came out also in Spain, for the Spanish market. Don't confuse that with the South American markets, because there's got nothing to do with that. What came out in Spain stayed in Spain. You know, it was not shipped over to South America and being sold there. You know, they had sometimes a Mexican edition or Argentinian edition. But these were Spanish editions for the Spanish market. You know, for... And now here we have a thrash speed white metal, power metal band, Deliverance. The debut album. Self-titled. I think it was from 89, if I'm not mistaken. On Intense Records, yes, on Intense Records. And this one came with the lyrics, and it's very small to see it. You need some glasses, you know, I think, at least if you're like my age, like 48, you start needing to have glasses to read these super small letters. And the last one I want to show, an ultimate classic from 83. I think it was 83. Yes. I'm talking about Metallica with Kill 'Em All. Amazing album, of course. Nice black tape on Vertigo. Could be a UK pressing. Or check it. No, it's Spanish actually. Unbelievable. I didn't check, never checked that. See, this comes with the lyrics. Very cool. And this is everything I want to show. Just great debut albums that I own on tapes. Okay, stay metal everybody.